Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, I haven't decided what do I call my peoples. Do you guys have any suggestions? Leave a comment in the leave a comment if you have any ideas. Okay, I have a little break, so let's get to doing some recap of the past 24, 48 hours, something like that, okay? All right. So have you guys been following the whole saga with Deceit and Nest? If you haven't, there's a bunch of videos out. I did a recap on my channel. It's been going on for what? Is it a week yet? The whole 5 and Villanor situation seems to have died down. Okay. We haven't heard any more commentary on that situation. And hopefully, things will die down and everybody will just go about their business and Villanor can continue with her channel and doing her content and likewise for 5A. Okay, so let's get into it. So from the last time, right? I told you guys that Ness and this they both canceled their individual lives that they were supposed to. I don't know. We don't know what that was about. Maybe one was gonna come back and say a little more. But if you recall, they said they had made truce not to embarrass each other, I guess, in public. Okay, that's a good truce as long as you guys uphold your end of the bargain, right? If you recall, Ness was upset because this heat had gone over to Pizarro and Bree. And so she came out and she spoke, but a lot of people felt like I too felt like she was holding back. Now, listen, I understand her holding back because if there's any chance that these two are going to get back together, you don't really want to like air each other out like that because, people are going to have audio and all of that situation. And it's just going to be, it's just going to make both of you look bad. Anyway, be that as it may. Okay. So she came back and Ness had to defend her honor and say, listen, I'm a real Miami bitch, okay? Don't let these false commentary fool you. I am a real Miami beach. Bitch. I said beach. Bitch. Okay. So she said that this heat is as guilty as Pizarro as far as like, them coming out and like feeling betrayed by the both of them. Okay. And I would imagine that her feeling betrayed by Pizarro is because she's known Pizarro longer. Like, right? Like, I don't know if she felt like Pizarro was kind of plotting. Like, why would you be going to this heat and saying all that stuff? Now, listen, this heat went to them, right? And it's this whole thing is just kind of messy. This heat went to them because she felt that she was threatened by Ness allegedly, right? And the whole thing was that I guess she tell Bree and Pizarro do not release it to the public, but how? You know how these people are. How do you think that Pizarro? Okay, let me play devil's advocate, right? You know how Pizarro is, right? Now, granted, Pizarro has never released any recording. This is the first time she released recording of um the StreamYard, the private StreamYard. We've heard of them. She's talked about them, but she's never ever released them ever, right? She just made allusion to their, like they talked to this via private StreamYard. So uh I guess Ness, she came out and she was feeling, like a betrayed by both of them, and she said she's gonna go back to her comment to like doing her commentary, doing her content, right? And so there, if you guys remember, this heat had gone to another platform to do like an interview. However, there was a discussion, right? There was a discussion. Is she gonna talk some more? She said maybe later on she might. I guess maybe they're just waiting to see how this stuff gets messy. Whoever talks and releases more, then there's gonna be an interview. I don't know. But I guess we're here to watch it. Hopefully you guys can hear the lawnmower. Like people are mowing the lawn out there. So annoying. Why when I started doing my recording did they start this mess? Okay. So Ness responded and was like, an interview wouldn't be to, like to this seat's advantage. So she kind of like confirmed. I say she saw Enrico on the boat between this seats. Like, okay, so you guys get the point. Okay. She kind of like confirmed that she did do the munching on this heat. Okay. Um, and I don't know that anybody should really be surprised. Like I said before, what do you think that they're doing in a hotel? I mean, these are grown people that like are friends, and we kind of started seeing when their friendship went from platonic to kind of like romantic. So I'm not surprised. If you guys are surprised, then I don't know what to say. I mean, we're all adults, so as far as Pizarro, she seems to be angry with Pizarro because she was saying that Pizarro, it's like Pizarro feels that this he should have come to her instead of going to that other platform to do the interview. I wouldn't even call it a tell-all because she didn't release anything more than kind of like confirming or denying what Ness said. And then she also took back the commentary we heard from the recording saying that Ness stinks and all of this stuff. She kind of took it back and was like, no, she doesn't stink. I don't believe that she stinks. I don't believe that whole thing because I believe when people beef, that is like the first thing they want to form this narrative. I said this before, right? It just makes for these like, a storyline to use to drag someone. So whatever. If you guys believe it, then hey, to each his own, right? Okay, so then she also took a jab at Pizarro because if you guys recall, a few days ago, right, we were in Pizarro's chat, but lo and behold, we could not tie because we were blocked. And come to find out, a bunch of intels and Pizarro supporters were blocked, right? And like she had to unmod everyone and go and unblock everyone and all of that stuff, right? So Nez took a jab and was like, like, listen, you guys, if you guys believe that story, you guys are fools because I believe that she's the one that did it. She's the one that's blocking the intels, or she's just using that as an excuse, like to just make stuff up, right? Okay, so that was it, right? And so then this heat had a live scheduled, right? And this heat basically went live and we're like, okay, what are we going to find out? Are we going to find out anything more? Are they going to talk about, hopefully no more mention of Rumpergate. I'm so tired of hearing about Rumpergate. No Rumpergate, okay? No more Rumpergate, right? Okay, so this heat was live and we're like, okay, what the heck is she going to talk about? What are we going to find out? Everybody like piled up in there. I want to say she had like 500 people in there. So we all piled up in there to listen, right? And so she went on to say that, basically the first thing she said, I guess, about Lady Nika, I don't really think that she disliked Lady Nika because Lady Nika didn't really do anything. If you guys recall, whenever she first came on the scene, right? Lady Nika was like, kind of giving advice. When did she come on the scene? Was that last year or I want to say it was last year, maybe was it 2021? Last year was 2022, whatever. And we were just kind of shocked at how she came at Lady Nika, right? But she said, listen, I don't dislike you. You're just a casualty of war, right? In the art of war, there's going to be casualty. And I guess she's saying that Lady Nika is casualty. Okay. And what's the whole dislike for Yaya? Okay. You're saying that Yaya was kind of taking a dig and saying that she supports Nez, but because of you, she wasn't going over there. I think that maybe you kind of mistook it because I believe that Yaya supports Nez, but I think that, like all the dragging, because most of the people that were getting dragged, Brie was getting dragged a lot. And I didn't really see why Brie was getting dragged a lot. It just, to me, I was shocked, right? Just knowing how people got along before. And then now it turned kind of nasty, right? If it was like for commentary, he, and you both like kind of talk about it and stuff, that's understandable. But this one, I was kind of shocked, right? I'll just be honest. I was kind of shocked. A lot of people didn't like this heat, but it took me time, like to warm up to this heat. If that's who Nez cares about, listen, when you support people, you got to know how to support people, especially if they're grown and they're stubborn or their personality. If that's who she has picked to like, I know a lot of people said, yes, we try to tell you, but she's grown. She can make her decision. Just support her in her decision and let things unfold as they naturally would. Sometimes you just can't warn people. Listen, I'm talking from personal experience, okay? I have tried to warn people. They don't listen. I'm talking here and on YouTube and in person, especially here on YouTube. I tried to give people, listen, here's my observation. Here is this, but they don't listen until they get burned. So if you support them, just support them and state your opinion and let them do them, okay? So the reason that he says she went to that other platform is that she's had numerous powwow with the channel holder, and like she felt that she would be I guess she would be fair because they've had powwow. So when you're talking about powwows, are you talking about another like StreamYard back like chat or whatever? I've seen her on that platform before, but I don't know about numerous powwows. Okay, so I don't know if that means code for something, but okay. She said that she enjoys talking to that channel holder. Okay. Yeah, I think we kind of saw that in the past, right? Okay. So she, she basically came out and said all these people that have stuff to say, she owes nobody anything. except for, I guess, except for Ness, right? She said because Pizarro and Brianna, like reneged on the truth, which was they were not supposed to play that in public, right? That recording in public. However, let's listen to this, right? Not let's listen to this, but listen to this is what I'm saying. Listen to this. Now, when you go and do a StreamYard like that, like a private StreamYard, and it's recorded, don't you have like some sort of inkling that at some point during Mad Day or something that they're gonna play it, right? Now, I can understand you not thinking they're gonna play because they've never played any other recording in the past, but I would say that it's very risky to go over there. Now, I get that you went over there because you felt threatened and you wanted to go vent and maybe hold something, in your back pocket, but it kind of backfired because then it got released to the public and now we all know about it, right? Uh, all right. So here's the thing, right? She kind of wanted to know, like, why did Pizarro talk about Ness? And then also I thought Ness said that she didn't know of the recording, but this he told her about the recording, right? But she wouldn't let her listen to everything. But then we're kind of like getting the inkling that Ness kind of heard the whole thing because he said that while Brianna and Pizarro were recording her, that she also did a recording herself. Okay, so you did a recording that way you could keep. That was smart. Okay, that way nobody can lie on you or nobody can perceive anything, and you would have a copy of it. Fine. So is that what happened? So you showed your recording or you played your recording to Ness, but Ness said that she only heard part of it. She didn't hear the whole thing. And it seemed like when she went and heard the rest of the stuff or whatever part she didn't hear, she seemed to get a little bit more upset. Okay. So while this heat was live, the Sassy Show went up there and the Sassy Show to do this earpiece. The Sassy Show wants to do an interview with this Heat. And this Heat is like, yeah, well, I'm not sure. Well, let me think about it. Let me talk to PR and all that. Okay, so the Sassy Show then kicked it up a notch and was like, listen, I kind of want exclusivity. If you're gonna, like go on a tour and go talk about like all of this stuff on other panels, then there's no point of us doing a Sunday chit chat, right? I kind of want exclusive for Sunday, right? So I mean, if you could read the chat, I don't know. I think maybe some of the mods were like, no, that's a no-go. We're not giving any exclusivity. So who knows? Maybe there'll be an exclusive interview with this Heat on the Sassy Show on Sunday. So keep an eye out on Sassy Show. Check out her channel and put your notification on in case it is decided that there's going to be an exclusive interview over there, right? Okay, so still they're running with this narrative that Pizarro is an undercover lesbian, right? Because of the fact that she said she flirted with this Heat behind the scenes. And so they're still running with the narrative that she's on the down low and wants to munch the carpet, right? Now listen, Pizarro said that the reason she did what she did is like she wanted to get information out of this Heat, and if she felt that if she needed to flirt to get that information out, that's what she was gonna do, right? Besides, you guys already like formed this thing, so whether or not she is, you guys already determined that she is. So she's like, listen, why don't I just play it up, right? So this Heat was like, yeah, like Lady Nika, sorry, step aside. You're just a casualty of war, and let Pizarro hang in her lesbian pool, right? Y'all are full of it. Y'all ain't shit for all this. Okay. So people are wondering, okay, like this Heat, you mentioned that you went to Pizarro and Bree because you got threatened by Ness. So how did she threaten you, right? What is it that's different this time around? Because apparently they've had a fight before and it never came out in public, right? So what happened this time around that made you go to Bree and Pizarro, right? She says that Ness, was like threatening, and the conversation wasn't meant to come out in public, and basically the moral of the story is neither of them is giving more than the other. Okay, does it still smell like a play? I'm not sure. It could be that they had a fight and it kind of went too far and spilled that in public. So when asked, I always felt like they're gonna reconcile, right? When asked, is it possible for them to reconcile? Some people may think that they have reconciled, some people not. For me, I always felt like they'll make up again. Okay. So when this heat was asked, is it possible that they can reconcile? She said possibly, it's possible, maybe. Okay. So now we're getting like a whole nother picture. This heat is saying that Bree is the one who wanted the truth, but Bree and Pizarro are saying that she wanted the truth. So it's like a she said, but Bree was upfront about why she would want the truth or accept the truth, right? Because she wanted to use it to get under. She knew that would get under Ness's skin, so she wanted that truth. She did the recording while talking to this heat because she was going to put that in her back pocket, right? Um, okay, so some people went up there on the platform and like just kind of asked questions, and I don't know. So all in all, we still didn't really get a whole lot of information. We're still where we're at, which is why some people are thinking that this is a play. Do you guys think it's a play? Do you guys think that they're back together? Do you think that if they're not back together, how long before they get back together and we start seeing this he back over there with the mod stick, right? So and then some other like side, all I have, short and brief and to the point. Leave a comment, watch the replay. Thank you guys for supporting my page, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.